April 2023 video horoscope with me, Lada from AstroladaOfficial. Guys, April eclipse season starts. Wow, we're gonna have the first eclipse in Aries, the first with North Node since 18 years ago. So big shifts are about to happen, and we're gonna have the luckiest day of the year. Jupiter will join the sun. For every one of us, some powerful new creative inspirational opportunity will appear that will make us feel more alive. We'll talk through all of that. And Mercury goes retrograde, but who cares? But the eclipses and Jupiter and the sun. But before I start, I just want to let you know that this is my birthday month, and I only do once a year discount of almost 50% of all of my courses. Only my courses. It's not going to repeat again this year. I'm doing it just for my birthday month for 2-3 weeks. So if you'd like to learn any of my courses, I have foundational, short, long. I will put a link below to all my courses, so you can this is the last time I'm doing it this year, and possibly for years ahead, because I'm gonna do a very different way. We're gonna do a subscription from then on, so it's, so we'll see. So thank you so much. Let's begin the April 2023 Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, April 2023. Sagittarius, this month will be quite fiery. You'll really enjoy it. It will infuse you with life force, with positivity. But let's start from the beginning of the month. Saturn will become visible, or as we call it in ancient astrology, Saturn will be born in your 4th house. So new structures can appear in your 4th house, which is like some of you might decide to lay foundations of settling down, starting new property, building new property, or moving somewhere. Or they can be the laying of foundations of new rules with your family. Maybe you've allowed them too much. Now you need to put some barriers or new rules. Right now we have to be more organized, or do this. So these are the new rules in the family, in the home. Or there can be some new circumstances that appear in regards to your personal life, with your parents, with place of living, with property, with your family status overall. And they might be sometimes a bit more difficult because Saturn is involved, and Saturn asks you to be more deliberate, to fix problems, to go around them in a slow, consistent manner, to build new foundations there. But let's focus on the really positive things. One of them is that there is a full moon in your 11th house around the 6th of April. So there can be a focus on your social life, definitely being more social, outgoing there, like some event, meeting with friends. That is emotionally bonding, that is more euphoric, because full moon, the euphoria is a bit bigger, the energy is a bit higher and more intense, more also emotional at moments. And also the 11th house is about long terms and goals. So if you've been working towards some goal, is it a degree? Is it like some business plan? Is it something else, some dream of yours? Now you can see certain results of those previous efforts. So for some, it might even be a completion of some long-term goal or project you've been working on, social, economic, or business one. And as well, it can be reaping of rewards, because the 11th house is rewards, receiving the rewards of previous efforts. So for some of you, that can be just what's happening now. Like it can be like more gains, for example, because 11th house is the rewards of our actions, previous actions. And the full moon there illuminates it and says, now you can receive the rewards for your previous actions, whether they're pitiful or whether they're wonderful, depending on your previous efforts. There is also in this full moon, Chiron participates. It's exactly opposite the moon, and it's exactly conjunct the sun. So there can be a bit of a play here about Chiron is the wounded healer, and the full moon is about ending certain karmas, finishing something, completing it, and giving you clarity about it. And the 11th house Chiron energy and 5th house Chiron energy with this full moon can indicate healing of the inner child. The 5th house is connected to the inner child. The wound, if you had some wound, especially caused to you, to your confidence, to your self-esteem, which is the 5th house. Some wounding that's happened to you especially fifth house can rule high school, or it can rule your love life. If there is some wounding connected to your love life that's happened, that's unhealed, it can be a time now like a crisis healing of this wounding. And fifth house is some wounding connected to having children or children. There can be some powerful development there, like a release of this wounding, or some kind of, I hope not activation of wounding in such areas. It's full moon. I think it's something that already exists there that can be released or realized. Or also some wounding connected to social acceptance, connected to friends, connected to 11th house. All of those matters. There can be some kind of a release, healing crisis of a sort with such matters. Then the next big event is, now let's get to really nice energy, Jupiter conjoining the Sun in your fifth house. By the way, you are Jupiter, and any planet that joins the Sun, and happens on the 11th of April, so you can have some, it's like the Sun seeds, the Sun impregnates whatever it touches. Is the masculine principle of impregnation and creativity. And Jupiter is you, and you're just like entering the kingdom of the Sun. The Jupiter is inside the Sun, so to speak. So it's like on council with the king. And let's say the Sun is your higher self, or the Sun is your connection to divinity. The Sun is that flow of inspiration that everyone has, that sometimes gets activated with your higher self, higher power. So now you're right in the eye of the Sun. And there can be downloads that happen to you around that time, a few days before, a few days after the 11th. But I would say the whole month of April is very powerful for such things. But you can feel a little bit blinded. It's the Sun there. So agitation, any planet that is exactly with the Sun can feel a little bit agitated. If this happens, just be aware it's part of the possibility. But the Sun, it's a friend of Jupiter, and Jupiter is a friend of the Sun. It's just this frustrating energy that can happen, but also this feeling of you're burning up with ideas and new beginnings. It's kind of like you're starting a new cycle. Your planet is starting a new cycle. Every year it joins the Sun, but for the first time it's joining the Sun for the first time in 12 years. You are starting a new cycle in this fifth house of yours. So what can we expect in April? Well, fifth house is the most inspirational house of ideas that flow. So you can almost like connect to this creative stream in you flow. So some new creative ideas can come to you. Writing a book, or starting some business, or getting whatever it is. Cannot tell, it's in areas, maybe something more entrepreneurial. Or you can get an inspiration to do sport and to be active, or to initiate something, which is very Aries thing. Why do you think Sagittarius is known as very sporty and outdoorsy sign, very physical sign? Because the fifth house of what you're naturally gifted at, which is natural talents and what you love, is Aries, the sign of physical activity. So for some of you, it can be like a new physical activity or sport that inspires you for many years ahead. Because the cycle will not, Jupiter will not join the Sun again for 12 years in your fifth house. So something is being impregnated in you now, something is being inspired in you that can give you a source of joy and creativity and flow and happiness. The fifth house is one of the best houses of happiness, most powerful houses of happiness for the next 15 years, for 12 years, sorry. It can also be the real creation of a human being, like pregnancy or whatever. For others, it can be a new phase of life that is being seeded now in April, and it might take years to unfold, like new creative project that you're going to work on. As I said, it might be a business, it might be a new talent or hobby or passion that you discover that will give purpose and meaning for to your life for many years ahead. Fifth house is also love life. Now this is a powerful trigger, especially for Sagittarius rising people, for some powerful developments in their love life. If you're single or not, I'm not judging, to kind of something to bring you or to take an already existing relationship to the next level as well. I know it can be some kind of engagement, or if it can be someone that just, because the fifth house is the feeling of feeling alive, being connected and passionate. And being in love is the fastest way to get there. That's why fifth house rules being in love and life force, feeling joy. And you know, when do we usually, the easiest way for humans is if they're having fun, the fifth house. So there can be new ways of having fun that you discover now in April, or it can be a month where you really let your hair down and enjoy yourself and feel alive and connected and joyful. Or you can fall in love. That's the fastest way. And you can fall in love not just with a human, you can fall in love with a child, you can fall in love with an art project, you can fall in love with something creative, you can fall in love with a pet as well, who knows. Something that brings love into your life again can appear. And you're personally very much involved with that. But yeah, if love comes, I definitely. And I think love will be a theme or new creative idea or project or business idea. But I think love will be definitely a theme for quite a lot of you. And being in love with life, discovering your passion for life again. All right, even if it's like you might be in your 70s and you don't care about love. But something to make you fall in love with life again, whatever it is. To make you, the fire in you burn. And fifth house is also your good karma. So your good karma is getting activated by the two most positive planets, Jupiter and the Sun. So if you've done something good in 3 lifetimes ago, now you can suddenly, you win something in the lottery and like, I'm lucky. No, you really actually helped someone. 3 lives ago, you gave to the poor or whatever. Or that's why the fifth house is the house of speculations and gaming and winning in gaming. And if you have a naturally crappy fifth house, you just don't have it in this lifetime to win like that easily, you know. But if you have, it doesn't mean you haven't been good in past lifetimes, you just didn't program it for this lifetime to receive the rewards for that. But definitely when the fifth house is activated, whatever good karma you have can somehow be activated for something good, something to fall in love with, something creative. Creative people will be very happy because ideas can flow. Plus, this theme continues for, I think, the discovery of joy of life and what makes you feel connected and focus on children or creativity or entertainment, having fun, discovering how you have fun. So to have more fun or different kind of fun, because there is an eclipse after that in your fifth house on the 20th of April. It's with the North Node, and again Jupiter is very close. And in Western astrology we say, North Node is like Jupiter, it expands, it gives you something, it fortifies this house. So again, the theme of either children or joy and fun. And that eclipse is active for 12 months. And discovering new ways or new sports or new ways of enjoying yourself, of feeling connected and more joyful to life. New love, romantic interests. With the North Node, it can be sudden, it can be someone more exotic and more taboo as well a little bit. But there can be a big shift in your love life, for example, and such kind of thing, such kind of areas. I remember when there was eclipses in my fifth house, I discovered new hobbies. And sometimes there can be a bit of an eclipse on your love life, a bit of a crisis, because it's an eclipse after all. Maybe not immediately on the 20th of April, but even before that and a few months after, it can indicate a period of some kind of a fast developments that are surprising, that are out of the blue, that kind of make you realign your love life in some way. And sometimes it can be someone appearing suddenly, sometimes it can be that already existing romantic relationships, that there is some shake-ups, so you can make adjustments there in some way, so you can introduce something new to the romantic relationship if you want to keep it, something new and exciting. This is what the North Node is about. Okay, so, and then right after that, Mercury will go retrograde in your fifth house, in your sixth house, Sagittarius. And that's on the 21st of March, and you can feel it before that, a few days, until the end of May, and the first few days of the first week of May, Mercury is retrograde. It can mean revising some old work project, editing it, fixing it, having to complete it, having to change it a little bit, Also, it can make you focus on some old health issue coming up, so you have to readdress it. You have to change something, tweak something about your diet, lifestyle to improve it. Or Mercury retrograde in the 6th house can be paying more attention about your health and your diet and your workout routines, and having to be more deliberate and research alternative methods or different ways to eat, different ways to exercise. At least research it and read more about it, and you definitely get interested in such things more. But also, if you're having some health issue when Mercury is retrograde, it might be misdiagnosed, or if you've had already some health issue, get a second opinion when Mercury is retrograde. It can be a more correct one. But if you've already had something that was misdiagnosed before. And Mercury in the 6th house is also rearranging your daily environment, putting more order in it, organizing it, maybe your office, you're organizing your workspace, or you're organizing your home more. A bit of spring cleaning can be what's happening. And Mercury is also definitely work in the 6th house, so there can be some important exchanges with workmates, maybe some delays on a work project as well, that Mercury is delaying it because there is probably a better way to do it, and some things that were missed that have to be fixed. All right, but finally, when Mercury turns direct in March for you, any complications there will be sorted out, and you might come up with better working situation, environment, project. Plus, another thing that can happen during Mercury retrograde in your 6th house is that a colleague from the past gets in touch with you, or a job that you've applied for before, some project that you put on the back burner or you've forgotten about, it might come back to you, like a new old job opportunity to come back that you haven't heard from, or project that you started that has to be redone in some way. So there we go, guys. This is what this month shows for you. Oh, and we have Venus in Gemini starting from the 11th again. I forgot to say that. So there is another confirmation, because the 7th house is relationships. So from the 11th of April till the end of the month, and that's exactly when the Sun and Jupiter also join in your 5th house of love and romance, while Venus enters your 7th house of relationships. That's why I think there is some, especially for single Sagittarius, this can be a good time for dating, meeting someone, or even if you're not single, there will be emphasis on your love life. There can be emphasis on your connection to your partner, and you can experience good heartfelt times with your partner. Something you can have. So, for example, 5th house activate, have more fun, go on romantic dates with Venus in the 7th house. And also 7th and 5th houses that are activated for you, they're houses of fame and popularity. 5th house is to be in the center stage and to be admired by others. So that's why it's fame. And the 7th house is popularity, appealing to others. And only good planets are activating both those houses. So if you're trying to maybe a project or something to make it popular, that might be a great time to reach out to others, especially after the first 10 days of April. Or if you're trying to reach out to more people, clients and so on, that you'd be accepted more positively, so to speak. Or if you have something where you have to perform or be in center stage, now is the month to do it. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. And yeah, if you'd like to learn astrology with me, I teach in very simple ways. All my courses will be almost 50% off just once this year for my birthday.